My sister begged me to fix her wedding dress, and I said, sure, if you pay me $15,000. My sister has been a greedy nightmare her whole life, from stealing my earrings in 2nd grade to my boyfriend in high school. Now I'd spent 10 years carefully preserving our great-grandmother's wedding dress from the 1920s with plans to wear it at my own wedding someday. But when my sister announced her engagement, my parents told me I had to hand it over so she could wear it. My sister smiled at me and said, you're 32 and still single, so you'll probably never need it anyway. I had to give her the dress I'd been protecting for a decade. I tried to give my sister detailed instructions on caring for the delicate fabric, and she rolled her eyes at me and said, it's just a dress. Calm down. 2 days later, she posted photos on social media with the dress thrown across her bed, surrounded by makeup and open wine glasses. I texted her asking if she wanted me to store it safely until the wedding, and she wrote back, stop being so controlling. You're just jealous. A week later, she posted photos from her bachelorette party showing all her bridesmaids trying on the dress while holding drinks. I could see red wine in their hands in the background. I called my mom and said the dress was going to get ruined, and my mom said, your sister says you're being crazy about this. It's hers now. Let it go. I saw another post where my sister had left the dress in her car trunk in the summer heat, and I felt sick. Meanwhile, I was channeling all my heartbreak about losing the dress into starting my own business restoring vintage clothing. I used everything I'd learned from preserving the family dress for 10 years. My business took off fast because I actually knew what I was doing with delicate antique fabrics. Within 6 months, I was charging premium rates and getting clients from 3 states away. A bridal magazine featured me as an expert in restoring 1920s wedding gowns. My sister saw the article and commented on social media. My sister thinks she's special because she cleans old dirty clothes for a living. More photos kept appearing of my sister being careless with the dress on a dirty floor at the venue, someone's food plate sitting next to it on a table, the antique lace hanging over a chair. I tried one more time to offer help, and my sister responded, I don't need your help. I have actual friends who know about weddings. At a family dinner 2 months before her wedding, my sister made fun of my business and said restoring old clothes was sad compared to her real career in pharmaceutical sales. My parents laughed along with her. My dad said, at least one of you has a respectable job. I stopped going to family dinners after that. 2 weeks before her wedding, my sister showed up at my restoration studio crying with the dress in a garbage bag. I pulled it out and saw the damage. There was a huge red wine stain down the entire front. The antique lace on the sleeves was torn in 3 places. Half the pearl beading was missing or hanging by threads. My sister was sobbing and said, you have to fix this, please. The wedding is in 2 weeks. I examined every inch of the damage and said, I can restore this, but it's going to take extensive work. She looked so relieved until I said, my rate for emergency restoration on a 1920s dress is $15,000. Her face changed completely and she said, you can't charge me. I'm your sister. This is the family dress. I said, you made it very clear this dress is yours now, not mine. This is my standard business rate for this kind of damage. She said, I need a family discount. You have to help me. I looked at her and said, you told me I'd never get married and didn't need this dress. You called my business sad. You posted pictures mocking me. You destroyed something irreplaceable that I spent 10 years protecting. Now you want a favor? She got angry and said, you're being petty and ridiculous over money. I said, $15,000 or you can find another vintage restoration expert. Good luck finding one who can do it in 2 weeks. She called our parents right there and put them on speaker. My mom said, you need to fix your sister's dress right now for free. This is family. I said, this is my business and she destroyed my property. If she wants it fixed, she pays my rate. My dad said, you're ruining your sister's wedding over money. What kind of person does that? I said, the kind of person who spent a decade caring for something you gave away to someone who destroyed it in 6 months. My sister couldn't afford to pay and had to wear a department store dress to her wedding. My parents stopped speaking to me for ruining the big day I got the damaged dress back and spent 6 months lovingly restoring it for myself.